Oh, snaps!
The world is finally waking up to the crap that's baked into and sprayed on kibble dog food. No longer can commercial pet food manufacturers fool us with pretty pictures and false promises. This is the raw dog food truth. The view and opinions expressed on this podcast are not intended to replace medical advice. Before starting any raw diet, do research, ask lots of questions, and consult your vet.
Well, hello, raw feeders. I'm Dee Dee Mercer Moffat, CEO of Raw Dog Food and Company, where your pet's health is our business. And we're friends like my friend, Dr. Andy. She's got her raw dog food cup, but she doesn't let friends feed kibble either.
No, I do not. Howdy,
Yeah.
folks.
How are you today?
I'm good. I'm good.
Mhm.
Not getting work done, knocking things out,
You're a positive
fighting
person.
fighting the good fight.
You're a positive person, I think. There's some
try.
people that just
I've
wake
worked
up.
really hard on that.
Yeah.
I grew up in a household that was not positive. So
Well, see, you said, I don't want to be like that. I want to be something different.
Yep.
Right? Yeah.
Yep.
So I appreciate your positivity. And I want to tell you something that I'm positive about, Dr. Andy. I am positive, without a doubt, that vaccines have a lot of really bad ingredients in them.
I might be positive about that too.
I was reading an email that came out, and we just had the rabies webinar. Okay, we just had the rabies webinar,
Yeah.
and here's what that webinar was all about, Dr. Andy, and I think some people wanted an easier path, but
Don't they always want something easier?
right. But what we were trying to present is that your veterinarians are not the vaccine police. They have decided that they are, and a lot of people are very afraid. And that's what we really wanted to get out. And we want people to spread that and understand that, yeah, there are laws and ordinances out there. However, I remember 3 years ago, when there's some sort of vaccine mandate for us, and the folks that said, I'm going to go against the grain. You can be snarky. You can say I'm a grandma killer. You can fire me from my job. But I'm going to protect myself. And we want to give people the ammunition to use that, to have that power. Now, whether you do it or not is up to you, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Whether you're still afraid that somebody's going to come knock on your door and say, hey, bring your dog's little hiney butt over here. I'm going to vaccinate him. I guess they do it then. I don't know where they vaccinate them. But anyway, and especially the rabies, so we just wanted to get all that information out there. And some people don't like that. They don't want to hear that. It's too inconvenient to stand up for your dog.
Yep, it is.
Yeah.
So my entire lifestyle is inconvenient because of my dogs. But that's my choice.
Right? But you had a chance, Dr. Andy. I do remember when you said, I'm not getting any more dogs. And then I came back.
I know. Right?
And there was another dog there. I was like, what happened?
I love that dog. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It is a true story. It's a very true story.
Yeah. So, dogs they give us so much joy, right? And they do speak to us. Rick said to me the other day, because how many words do you think Lozzie knows? Because she just acts like she knows exactly. I said, I think it's more the cadence, the tone. They pick up on, how do you know that I don't tell her, but somehow she knows that I'm going to the warehouse and she's not going with me versus we're going for a walk and I haven't even said it yet.
Yeah. Yeah. It must be something that you do, right? Or the shoes you pick up I think sometimes it's just the energy, you're a little more excited to go on that walk than you are to the warehouse. I don't know, maybe, but they are, I call them, they're mind readers, and you cannot hide your energy from them.
Right? Mm-hmm. Well, here's what you can't hide. You can't hide all the things that are in vaccines that I don't think that pet parents know about. So we're just going to tell them a little bit here. But I want to tell you that one of the biggest reasons that I think that they're worried about quote unquote vaccine hesitancy, which by the way, Dr. JC told me that when she went to do her CEs, that they talked about vaccine hesitancy in
Mhm.
in pet parents not wanting to vaccinate their dogs. But listen to these financial motives, Dr. Andy. There was an increase in the vaccine market size from just 6 billion, I mean just 6
Just
billion
sex.
in
B.
2005 to 34 billion in 2012.
Mm.
So, I don't know, Dr. Andy, if you saw a product that you could make 6 times on,
Mhm.
if you just
Yeah,
market
sort of.
it the right way. I mean, because there's the canine influenza vaccine, there's the rabies, there's the uh the parvo, there's
Lepto.
lepto, right?
Yeah.
All of these. But
And more.
would you be all right, Dr. Andy, if we just pushed in some aluminum, into your dogs? I mean, because, is it all right? Because, aluminum is connected with neurological conditions like
Yeah.
Alzheimer's,
Yeah. It's a
brain
heavy metal.
inflammation. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
Oxidative damage. I mean, is that all right? Would you be all right with this little torchy? Your favorite?
No. No.
Aluminum?
No. No. No aluminum.
Well,
They
wait a
use it
minute.
for what do they use it for? Oh, to preserve it.
Mhm.
So that little
So,
vial doesn't go bad.
yeah, I mean, come on, Dr. Andy. A little bit of aluminum if it's going to protect your dog from getting rabies from sniffing the pee of that squirrel in your backyard. Come on. You're not
No.
being
No.
you're just not,
I
you're just,
know. I'm
you,
being hesitant.
you,
How
you
dare I?
are. How about a little thimerosal?
Yeah, mercury.
Thermire, yeah, mercury-based preservative.
Hmm.
Extreme neurotoxicity. It's what it's known for.
Yep. Yes, it is.
Yeah, and
I thought they had to pull that out of all the vaccines.
it remains a common ingredient in veterinary
Oh.
vaccines.
In
Pri-
veterinary, huh?
yeah, primarily because it allows for the production of multi-dose vials, and you know what
Oh,
that helps?
even better.
It helps reduce cost. Therefore, it can really skyrocket from, 6 billion to 34 billion. Mhm,
Okay.
mhm, mhm.
As long as
Uh,
Big Pharma's making their money.
yeah. So you're okay with a few contaminants, harmful contaminants that can lead to cancer, autoimmune disease, and other conditions. I mean, they put in here, notably a feline retrovirus found in both canine and feline vaccines has raised alarms about the safety of shared vaccine stock, seed stock. But, right now, you're all right with aluminum,
Hmm.
thimerosal, and all these contaminants. Wait, there's one more, Dr.
Okay.
Andy.
All right.
Okay. And there's more. Animal protein. The use of animal tissue in vaccine production introduces foreign proteins directly into the bloodstream, bypassing the digestive system that can trigger immune responses, leading to autoimmune disorders and other health issues. What, you mean like the itchy pet syndrome?
Hmm.
I just wanted to know. You okay with that? Because really, I mean, you want to protect your pet, don't you, Dr. Andy?
I know. I feel like I'm on trial.
I mean, when you really list it out like that, does that
Yes.
does that not sound like insanity to you?
Oh, it's always sounded like insanity for me to me,
Right.
right? And and this is where informed consent and due diligence needs to be taken on by the pet parents. The stuff is out there. You can find it. It's all there. Look up the vaccines.
It's the fear.
Mhm.
It's
Yep.
the fear. I see it every day. I have to. What
I
does that
have
mean?
to.
What
Mhm.
does that mean? Now, either it's fear or convenience, Dr. Andy. It's one of the two.
Well, convenience as in I don't want
I
it.
can't.
Or is that ignorance? I don't want to know.
Well, inconvenience as I want to go travel and I need to
Oh,
put
okay.
my
Yeah.
dog somewhere, and therefore I'm
Yes.
going to go ahead and put the extremely
Yes.
neurotoxic stuff in my dog
So they
because
can go to doggy daycare. Okay. Yeah.
the last time I jacked him up, he didn't flail on the floor and
Mm-hmm.
have a
Yeah.
seizure, so it's fine.
Yeah. It's fine. Yeah. I have pet parents that, oh, we have to do Benadryl before and after because they have this big flare up every time they get their vaccines, like a big skin flare up. I'm like, you did that again? Like you did it the first time, but you did it again? What happened to knowing better and doing better?
That's
I've
like
had a
saying,
client sit here and go, oh, my last dog. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she died because we gave her those vaccines. But hey, I'm taking my puppy in for his shots tomorrow. What? I can't fix that. That it boggles my mind. And I think we've all heard about thimerosal, and we've all heard about aluminum being in there. Those other things that Dee Dee listed, who knows if we know exactly what those are, but if they're bypassing the digestive system and getting into the bloodstream, the immune system is going to attack it. It's similar to a leaky gut situation, right?
right.
Is when the proteins get through the digestive system, through the walls of the gut, and into the into the blood of the dog, and then the immune system goes, oh, you don't belong here, and then it formulates a formal attack. So same concept with the vaccines.
And then you spend your life, or your dog's life, switching their protein, switching their protein, switching their protein, or only giving them one protein for the
Yes,
rest of their life.
the holy grail protein that you found, that this is what they've been eating for the last 8 years, and now I'm having all of these problems. Well, no kidding, Sherlock.
Yeah,
You can't eat the same thing every single day and not expect an issue at some point.
right. And so when we see, Dr. Andy, a dog, we don't actually see them. We get it in an email that says, my dog can only eat this because they're allergic to lamb, pork, turkey, chicken, and beef. And you're like, probably not.
Probably not.
Probably leaky gut. So we can heal the gut and then get your dog back on appropriate diet. No, 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 no. I have seen a digestive specialist. I have spent a ton of money on allergy tests. I
Yep.
know for a fact.
Yep.
No, I'm going to challenge that.
Oh, absolutely. Especially when that test was 4 years ago. And I challenge that if you took that test 3 months later, it'd be different.
Right.
Because bodies are not stagnant. They don't just sit in a box, and they're not the same as the next dog in a box next door. Everything is different and it changes constantly. And yes, when you list off all those proteins, and generally when you do allergy tests, what comes up as positive is what you're generally eating, because that is what your body is dealing with currently. So yes, you pull that out, you switch it up, you can change all that. And yeah, they're generally, no matter what your veterinarian says, not allergic to that protein in that kibble. They're just allergic to the kibble. It's
Right.
processed. There's too much other stuff in there. The synthetic vitamins could be messing with everything in the body.
Mm-hmm.
And no, it's not that.
And
Protein.
I think that the real fear that I have, Dr. Andy, with folks that will go down that path and only feed one protein is that your dog is not going to get all the vitamins and minerals that
Yep.
they need. What happens when you don't have enough zinc in the body? What happens when you don't have enough vitamin A? Now, if you're feeding a proper raw diet, right, and you're going to get your vitamin A out of the liver, out of the organs, things like that. Okay. But the body is designed, it needs all those, right?
Yes, they all work together.
Essential means, yeah, I kind of got to have them.
Gotta have them.
Got to have them. And as I, really look at vitamins and minerals and how they play in the body, it may be 4 or 5 years. It may be 3 months. We don't know. The impact on certain things is different. So there was a guy that wanted to know, and I forget whose study I was looking at. I think it was Dr. Connor Brady's, but he wanted to know, what is the impact of no vitamin C? Absolutely zero, none, right?
Mhm.
And it took him 3 months before he hit the wall. 3 months before he hit the wall, and he got really ill, and they knew what it was. So they
Mhm.
immediately came back in and did the high levels of vitamin C in an IV,
IV. Mhm.
right? And he came right back and he felt
Mhm.
better. But I think that this is the reason that we say variety, 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 raw meaty bones, whether that's chicken necks, turkey necks, chicken wings, duck, you got to put some raw meaty bones in there, guys. You got to have bones. And people are so afraid of bones, but bones have so many vitamins and minerals in them.
Yep.
You
Yeah.
take the bones out of the diet, Dr. Andy, and you feed one protein, I think we're going to have a problem.
Mhm. And I've had clients come in, I just buy the hamburger at the grocery store. I'm like, for how long? Because, I may have run out of meat occasionally, and, they have, a meal of that, so
Right,
what? But
right.
no, you can't feed your dog that for 6 months. There's no bones, there's no minerals. Are you supplementing with anything else? Which any kind of supplement powder for vitamins and minerals is mostly synthetic. I mean, you can find whole food products, and
Right.
blah, blah, blah. But yeah, no, we need to fix this now before you start seeing a problem. So yeah, I've had those conversations too. I'm sure you have.
Almost every day.
Mhm.
Almost every day. And when a dog stops eating, I always look at what he been ordering, right? It's not,
Mhm.
and I will say this. Um, if you're calling me, okay, then all I can advise you on is my line, really,
Mhm.
right? I
Yeah.
don't know what's happening with the other stuff. But it's real easy. If you have 100-pound dog and you're ordering 10 pounds of food a month, I pretty much know you're not just feeding my food, right?
Mhm.
There's no
Mhm.
way, right?
Right.
So there's a lot of different things that, bring up red flags. And so we're going to look at that, and we got to ask you a lot of questions. If you're asking for our opinion, then we're going to ask a lot of
A
questions.
lot of questions.
Uh, And
Annoyingly so.
yeah, and they annoy
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
But but I can't just give you an off the cuff answer, Dr. Andy, because there's too much involved. It's like, for you, I'm sure that, yeah, when you're doing chiropractic work, does it matter? It matters if somebody has a dog that they're just continually causing inflammation in the body
Oh
by what they
yeah.
feed.
I have one now that if I knew it was in as bad a shape as it was, I would have told her, save your money until you change the food. It's so inflamed, so yeasty, greasy, disgustingly, I don't want to touch it. Um, it's, got goopy eyes. It's got the eyelash disease that needs to be surgically fixed. They grow back into the eye. I forget the name of it. So that's going on. But she's, weak in the rear and seems to be sore on the left. And I'm like, I, ugh, if I, but Royal Canin Bulldog.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Did they not know that Royal Canin's on the list of dogs that are dying? But can I say that?
I don't know if you could say that, but
I don't know if I can say it either.
and we talked. I'm like, and this is a young girl who can't afford, right? I'm like, I need you to sit down, pen to paper. What are you paying in vet bills and medication for this dog? And the TheraCleans. Oh, the ears are a mess all the time. So she's doing the TheraClean, which is actually a cool product, but it's not getting to the root of the problem. It's the food, or at least
Mhm.
80-90%. And then what's left, we then handle. But oh, I'm almost like, don't come.
but you're right. I mean, it must be a little disheartening, right? When you're like, look, I know that I can really make a difference in your dog's life by adjusting them, but when somebody is doing something that is contra,
Or the dog is just responding so poorly to it. Like there are dogs that come in that I know are kibble fed and they seem fine. They do seem fine. I'm not promoting this, folks. Seem fine until they're not, and they will
right?
not be at some point. That an adjustment holds and they do okay at that moment. But this dog is already so debilitated and doing so poorly that, oh, yeah. So we're gonna have another conversation next time they come in.
Yeah, yeah. I have to say, Dr. Jasek, she totally changed her practice where now she's got this video. It's like, are we fit?
Yeah,
Because,
yeah,
if you're doing all this stuff and you're feeding kibble,
yeah.
I didn't show work with kibble feeders. And somebody got really angry not too long ago. But I look at it like this. If you're gonna move into a neighborhood that has a homeowners association,
Mhm.
and you read the bylaws and you read the covenants and it says you can't do something, so you want to know that before you move in, but then you
Mhm.
move in and you start complaining that you want to be
Right.
able to do that thing that is against the covenants.
Yeah.
What
That's
kind of
great
insanity is
analogy.
that?
That's great analogy.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I have PTSD from all that because my parents um were the president and treasurer of their homeowners association for 26 years.
Oh my
26. They just retired.
god. Wow.
And people are so mean to them,
Mhm.
right? And my mom's like a little bulldog, right? And
Mhm.
she's like, people don't like me because I hold their feet to the fire. And it's like, but why do you do that? If you know that,
Mhm.
if you know, then why do you do that?
Yeah.
It's really
Yeah.
strange to
I
me.
should probably take Dr. J6's lead and do something similar because I
Well,
want the
or
best results too.
yeah, or like,
Right?
I let me give you a suggestion, Dr. Andy.
Okay.
I think that when new people come, you should have this, next section for just whatever amount you want to get the best for your buck from me. You want me to make your dog the best they can be? Let's do a canine, a diet consultation that's going to go along with this, right? Now you
Mhm.
can do it or not, but you want the best from Dr. Andy, don't you?
Yeah. See?
I mean, seriously, because you're so nice.
Yeah.
You're so nice. And I know that I've seen, some very fat dogs, and
Mhm.
you're so nice, and those are kibble fed dogs, or they're overfeeding their dogs, and that goes with the entire structure of the body. There's no
Mhm.
possible way that canine nutrition is not a part of what you do. It's the body
Yeah. You are correct.
most of the time.
Yeah.
I'm
Mhm.
correct. At least that's what I say. I'm kidding.
And that's important.
I mean, I think that's amazing. So if you guys want to work with Dr. Andy, she's amazing. She knows the body. She knows the body, right? The body, the gut, the microbiome, the ligaments, all the stuff you talk about, what is this? Fascia?
The muscles of mastication.
Muscles of mastication. Yeah. All this kind of stuff that will really, really help your dog. So you want to get over to animalmagiccare.com. Now, I'm going to tell you this right here now, folks. All chiropractors are not the same. Okay. They're not all the same.
No.
So you want to be working with one that is like Dr. Andy, has years of experience, right? Because they learn, they change, they morph, they do better when they know better,
Yep.
right? So if you're
Yep.
not seeing the results that you think that you should be seeing from your chiropractor, I would encourage you to sign up for a consultation over at animalmagiccare.com. Let Dr. Andy see a video of your dog, let her talk to you, and maybe there's just something there that your chiropractor is not seeing. Okay? That's just my advice. You want your best bang for the buck, right, Dr. Andy?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Very much so. Thank
Get,
you, Dee.
you're welcome. And I'm going to see you here in a second.
Yeah.
Get over to animalmagiccare.com. You guys get signed up on Dr. Andy's email list. Get your dog on a species appropriate diet. Okay. We're all
Yes.
going to tell you that. Can't do kibble and get these magic results.
You can't.
No, not going to happen. All right, everybody, get over to animalmagiccare.com and get over to rawdogfoodandco.com where your pet's health is our business. And what, Dr. Andy?
Friends don't let friends feed kibble.
That's right. We'll see you guys soon, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.